Welcome to Kendo Tips. This video, it's a compilation from one of my previous streams that I did with Nathan from California Bogu. He shares some of his knowledge for us to know what do we need to keep an eye on when buying new bogu. We talk about things like stitching, different bogu styles, some things that you might want to keep away from. Overall, couple little tips like how to keep your bogu after practice. As a thank you to California Bogu, I would like for you to visit his website or his Instagram page. And if you would like to get a 10% off, you can use the code KendoTips10 and you're gonna get a 10% off from any $200 purchase. Enjoy this video, and if you do get some value from this, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you know when I go live or post new videos. What are some of the things that we should be looking for? Some of the things that we should be paying attention to make sure that we don't get bad quality equipment?
The first thing that I like to ask people is what their budget is. And then from there, I like to ask them what kind of qualities matter the most. Like, would it be comfort, durability, protection, or weight? And then I usually go from there.
Let's say I'm brand new, I know nothing about Kendo, but I know I'm in love with it. I want to stay in Kendo. I want to buy something that will suit me. What will be something that you recommend me to be mindful of?
If it's your first set, even if you know you're going to be staying in Kendo, I wouldn't spend thousands of dollars for anything crazy. I would still go with one of our more basic sets. Just try to get something that's a good all-around set, not something that's too light, because you're going to get hit and it's going to hurt as a beginner until you get used to it. Pay attention not only to the stitch width, but also the materials and how nice it looks.
Now that you mentioned stitch width, tell us a little bit about some of the differences, some of the different types of stitching. What can you tell us about stitching in general?
The image of stitching started changing when people started realizing that stitch width doesn't mean quality. Tighter stitch width means that it's going to be more durable. Thicker stitch width, like maybe 8mm, 10mm, sometimes even 12mm, means it's going to be more padded. If you want something more durable, yeah, you're going to be going for a tighter stitch, but that's usually going to be like 4 or 5mm now. And then if you want something that's going to be padded or more flexible, you'll go with something 8 or 10mm. And if you just want something of a balance, it's usually something between 6 and 8. With the wider stitch sets, more air particles are going to go in, the futon a little bit thicker, and that's what's going to make it a little bit more protective.
When you talk about durability between the old type of stitching and the new type of stitching, what's the difference?
I wouldn't say it's too different, because how often do you see stitches coming out of your bogu?
That is true. Jisengata is a competition bogu, correct? So what are some of the differences from Jisengata and a regular training bogu?
Generally, what makes a Jisengata bogu is the weight. Jisengata bogu are a few hundred grams lighter than a regular bogu set, but the only way to do this is to reduce material. So that just makes a Jisengata bogu set thinner. Even though they're light and very comfortable, easy to break in, and, well, as close as you can get to not wearing a bogu at all, they're going to be the most painful.
Are there bogu that give extra protection? So you said that you can offer customizations to make extra padding on the kote. What about the men?
Yeah, you can easily request extra padding in the men buton,
Okay.
especially the center where you're hit the most. I try to separate my bogu into just a few categories. Hyojun, which is basic, Jisen, which is like competition set,
Yeah.
Yoroi, which is like a traditional style. If you know what kind of style you're looking for, I only put a few choices on my website just so that people won't get too confused. Basically, if you want a basic set that's durable, comfortable, protective, good all around, then I would look at any of the Hyojun or Yoroi type sets. If you want something good for competition, I'd look for a Jisen set. By the time that you're ready for one of those super expensive custom bogu, I think you'll have more of an idea of what you're really looking for, so it should be easier to choose.
Somebody asked me too, what, in your opinion, are the biggest mistakes that beginners make in regards of their bogu? Whether it has to be with buying it or also maintaining it.
There's two things that people really regret when they're buying their first bogu, especially in California. A lot of people, they have access to bogu, like actual bogu. So they're going to buy what's most convenient and most likely what's cheapest to them. Months or years later, again, they're going to run into a lot of different kendoka. They're going to see some really nice bogu, and they're going to think, oh, why did I buy this piece of cardboard? And then they're going to want a new set. Another big regret that people might have is choosing a Jisengata style as their first set. Beginners aren't used to getting hit. First time they're going to get hit in the kote by someone double their size.
Yes.
That's not going to be a fun experience. And a Jisengata bogu set is going to be so thin, that's just going to make it worse. Yeah, two things that I recommend are not just going for the cheapest and most convenient option. Take a look at other options out there. I'm not just saying buy from me. I'm saying take a look at other bogu sites all over the internet. There's many, many options. You don't have to just go through a bogu shop and buy the cheapest one there. The other thing is just don't go for a Jisengato set for your first set unless you don't mind the pain.
Augusto says, what's the best way to store the bogu indoor? And what is the best way to let it dry?
One of the best things you can do for a bogu set to keep it lasting long, to keep it from smelling, is to take it out of your bogu bag. Take it out indoors, away from direct sunlight, and just let it air dry.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments, what are you looking for when buying new bogu? What is it that's important for you in a bogu set? That being said, if you enjoyed this type of videos from the streams, you might want to check out this breakdown I did during one of my streams. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to know when I go live or I post new videos. And if you got some value from this, please hit the like button and share this with someone you want their channel to improve. Thank you very much for watching.